the Niagara region. Very, very proud to say that. Okay, so please help me welcome, first of all, up here for the Q&A, the one and only amazing director of the feature film, April Mullen, Niagara native. And secondly, please help me welcome the beautiful, talented, amazing star of the film who played Gwen and Flamingo, the one and only Katharine Isabelle.
Oh, and Tim Doiron, the writer-producer. Please put your hands together.
I'm working on just becoming an intro person. I just want to start doing this, so I'm really trying to hone my craft.
He's found his calling.
Yeah, I feel good. With no further ado, does anybody have any questions? Again, the fact that the film was shot in Niagara, and so many, I think, people that are here actually were a part of it. I know the people that have the bowling alley that was shot up are here tonight.
Everybody that's in the film or a part of the film, please stand up so that we can see you and applaud you. There's Izzy's in the house.
Izzy.
Stacy's in the house. That waitress that got shot. Who else is here? John's in there. Our focus puller's here. First AC at second. Cheryl and Barely Legal. Where are you? There you are.
Barely Legal, yeah.
Dallas.
Oh yeah, Dallas. There's so many people. So thank you, everybody that's here. I hope we haven't forgotten anybody. That's awful to say one at a time. I'm like, oh no, I can't see. I'm terribly blind.
You're such a bitch, April.
But does anybody have a question? If not, I can start the questions. Oh, yes, right away. Well,
yeah. How did you like drinking all that milk?
Pardon?
How did you? Oh, the question is
milk?
for Katie. How did she like drinking all the milk?
I hate milk. If I was on Fear Factor and they gave me a glass, like it got to the food eating part, and they gave me a nice glass of cold milk, I'd be like, I'm out. I'm fucking done. We had rice milk for that, which I haven't actually touched since then. So really traumatized.
It was funny, her agent called and she's allergic to milk, and we just started laughing. We're like, okay, we'll find a replacement of something.
Hilarious.
Katie's
So what's the 88? Where did the 88 come from? I see it's
Okay, so quickly I'll run down the film because it is shot in completely fragmented pieces. So in our production office for about 2 years, we had the film mapped out on a big white wall. So the film, the way it goes is Flamingo, when Gwen is like super powerful, shooting guns, and things are a bit askew, and there's gumballs in people's eyes, and milks are pouring out. That is called the fugue state, okay? That's her alternate ego, which is Flamingo. Then there's the present state, which is Gwen, and she's like the victim, and it's shot much more naturally. It's handheld, and it's really frantic feeling, and she's on the run. That's the present state. So the film actually goes from fugue state to present state, fugue state to present state, fugue state to present state. And it kind of goes like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 8, 12, 15. And in between the present and the fugue, we get those quick flashes that kind of remind the audience where they're going so nobody gets lost. That beginning is the ending, and the ending is the beginning of fugue and present, okay? And the 8 is an infinity sign. One represents the fugue, and one represents the present, AKA 88. There you go. There you have it. It's on the bonus features too, but we're actually, people have been requesting that we do the film in chronological order. So I think when I was sitting there today, I was like, I'm gonna call Carl, our editor, who dedicated a year of his life to editing this film. God bless his soul.
Yes.
I think I might call him and say, can we do a chronological version, Carl, wherever you are? Because I think it would just be so interesting to show the film in its normal state as well. Yeah.
On behalf of everyone that's here, I think we'd like to thank you for inviting us to the red carpet event. I think it's great.
Oh, thank you! Any other questions? Yes, there. Quick hand up.
You used a lot of imagery throughout the movie, like the gumballs and the milk when he came in and died, and obviously representing your guilt the whole time. Is there any other imagery that we might miss?
That is true. The gumballs and the milk do represent the guilt and like the sort of visual and auditory things that she goes through when she's in the fugue state. So there's some cool like audio fugue hallucinations too, and a lot of that like that's like her saying yes I'll marry you and things like that backwards. So there's a lot of vocal auditory hallucinations that are backwards throughout the film. There's a ton of them.
There's actually one that's really funny in the film if you actually listen. And when we were editing, we're like, Carl, why do you keep using this one? Because it goes backwards. And if you listen to it in the film, it actually sounds like turd sack. And I'm like, Carl, why is this turd sack thing in there the whole time? I'm like, he's like, that's Aster backwards. I'm like, oh.
Aster, turd,
So
sack.
just so you know, Aster backwards sounds like turd sack.
But if you watch the film, every single fugue state in the film has hidden gumballs, whether it's like in an obvious place or not an obvious place. And same as the number 88 is like littered throughout the film, and there's a lot of like sprinkles all over the place of
Little Easter
like,
eggs. If you go back and watch,
there's
there's little
tons.
Easter eggs all the way through it.
To point them out,
Yeah.
it would be like the Q&A would be like
Too
till
long.
sunrise. Yeah.
Stacy. It is 88 minutes. Yes, it is also 88 minutes long.
I wanted to point out that my sister, Stacy Mullen, there's this incredible soundtrack in the film. I'm a little bit more of a geezer, and my sister Stacy brought to me some local Toronto artists as well, and I think the music is such a huge personality, so I want to thank her for keeping me fresh.
Thanks, Stace.
Yeah, thank you, Stacy.
So thank you for the music, too.
Yes.
How long before you're gonna release it on DVD?
Oh, funny you should ask. We'll get you your little tip afterwards. We are going to be doing the DVD release. We're launching it at the Niagara Falls Comic Con, which is happening in
Oh,
early
yes,
June.
that's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So June 6th, I believe, is the street date.
Yeah, the street date, the actual date I think is the 15th, but we're giving copies ahead of time at the Comic-Con, so we'll be at the Niagara Falls Comic-Con.
And very big news for the film as well. Nowadays, trying to get things out on DVD, you're sort of at the mercy of a lot of the big box lands, and Walmart has just taken 88, so 88 is going to be in Walmarts across the
Pretty
country.
big
So
box.
that's very good. That's very good. Go Walmart!
It's also sold, I mean, this film, just so everybody is so proud, it's sold in 22 territories all over the world. It got a huge release in the States. It was in like Best Buy, right by West Hollywood where I live, and in Atwater, and we were like, oh, it was on the shelves, and I was so proud. And we're going to Cannes next week, Tuesday, to watch it in the Canadian Perspective screenings in Cannes, France. So it's been a really incredible journey with 88, and
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And
Yeah, follow-up question, are you gonna be at the Comic-Con all 3 days?
I will be. No, actually, no. Only one day. I'll be there one day. April will be there one day.
Which
Katie will
day?
not be there. But
I
will be
just
there in
first I've
spirit.
heard of it, so you know.
Well, maybe Katie will be there. Depends.
Which day?
Oh,
I don't
Saturday
know my
probably.
schedule.
Saturday?
The day of the screening is the day we'll be there, so I don't know which day the screening's scheduled.
I'll email you.
Just check, and check on. You can check on the Niagara Falls Comic Con website probably in the next, in probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've
I'm
got
sure.
our tickets for the Comic-Con, I just want to
Okay.
make sure they're at the same time.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And any last questions?
Yes.
Yes.
And what kind of future projects are you working on, we can follow, maybe keep an eye out for?
Oh man, we have actually Wango has a lot of really cool stuff coming out right now, and on the pipes.
Yeah, so we shot Far Hope Tower in Niagara Falls as well last June. It will be premiering in Fright Fest in London, England in July, and then it will come normal to theaters after that, so maybe August or September, I want to say, for
Maybe
Far
later.
Hope Tower. That's like a straight up paranormal thriller. Ghosts are involved, and there's some more blood. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm sorry.
This is a psychological thriller, and
Yeah.
lots of stuff happens, and April's in it, and the family's not invited because they're not going to be happy with what happens.
And what else? We have a TV series on the go, a big budget comedy and an action thriller that we hope to shoot next year. But I just finished shooting a feature in Los Angeles called Badsville, so that'll probably be next what people will be actually able to see.
And we did finish. We have a sci-fi thriller that the draft is done, and I'm really pumped about. And I'm so excited, and I'm really excited. It's called Queen of Swords, and
Tim's
I'm
been writing like
so
a fiend.
pumped about it. But anything you want to find out, you can follow wangofilms.com in any way, and you can find out what's happening because we're making it interactive, you know.
Oh, 88 is playing at the Penn Center, regular times, like afternoon, dinner
All
time,
day.
and late show, all week long. So please spread the word, let everybody know. If anybody couldn't make it here tonight, we would love to have them join us throughout the week at the Penn Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's playing in Ottawa as well as Vancouver, all week
over
as
the
well.
place.
If you have family out there or whatever.
Any last questions?
Yes.
I'm glad
Hi, Mano.
I'm glad Christopher Lloyd was in that movie. I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
We did.
What
Do
about
they? Do they?
what
They're
about
pretty sick of my face by now.
those eyes, you guys? It's those eyes. What about going back and forth between fugue state and present state? How was that as an actress?
Fucking confusing. I literally was handed the script a day and a half before I flew out here on a red eye. I went straight into hair and makeup, and they're like, "Here's Kyle, make out with him, and then trash his house and have a breakdown." And so thankfully, these two were so well prepared. They had everything broken down for me and cheat sheets, and I just was like, "Hey, bro, what's happening? What happened before this? What's gonna happen? I don't know." She was like, she nailed it every time. So thank you for keeping me straight.
And we shot the film in 20 days, and I don't think Katie had like one afternoon off.
I had
That's
one.
it.
One.
But the days were also very long, so it was a roller coaster ride in a good way, but
Tim
also
Hortons keeps you alive.
Yeah, in a few states.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Season 3 of Hannibal will be starting June 3rd. I did a comedy called How to Plan an Orgy in a Small Town, which will be out later this year. And then I just worked on a Wes Craven produced film starring Cal Penn called The Girl in the Photographs. And then, yeah, whatever. Just other stuff, I don't know.
Well,
Any other questions? Yes.
What was it like working with Michael Ironside?
Oh, he's so
Oh,
cool.
he's
He's such an
so
old. He's like,
fun.
"Hey, yeah, so I'm gonna be the cop. You're gonna be the little lady." Like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, no, he
I
was
was like,
amazing.
okay, sure, yeah.
And he had so much dialogue. Like, he kind of had to be the guy in the middle that was like, "This is what's happened, and let's put this all together for people." And he just nailed it every time. I just sat there and kind of stared at him.
I think
He's
the
so
entire
cool.
crew sat and just stared at Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
And he basically ran the whole ship.
He
Everyone's
really did.
like,
He's like, "Listen, guys, this is what we're gonna do. I don't know when you plan lunch. We're gonna have it now." He was so awesome. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever you say.
He was only here for 3 days. It was fast and furious with him. He
Yeah.
flew in and we got his scenes. That's in the old Niagara Falls precinct?
No,
City
no,
Hall.
City Hall.
The old
On
City
Queen
Hall.
Street. Yeah.
That's closed and no longer open. We
Yeah.
cracked
Because
those
we
doors
gassed
open.
the shit out of it.
Yeah, we gassed it.
It's toxic now.
Don't go into the old City
Yeah.
Hall.
It's in Far Hope Tower, a lot in
Oh, yeah,
Far
we
Hope
used that
Tower.
again.
Yeah, so yes, there's some hidden gems all over Niagara Falls in the film that you would never normally expect. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
go
yeah.
I think we might have left some blood in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I broke my rib in that hotel scene, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. I left my dignity and my broken ribs all over this town.
Cadillac Motel.
Yeah.
You go check it out.
Were they in Falls or Lundy's Lane or were they in Mullen?
The motel?
The Cadillac? Right on the top of Clifton Hill. Oh, yes. I'm
The
staying there
Starlight
tonight.
one.
I am staying there tonight. No,
The
no.
Starlight was.
Starlight is on the corner on Niagara Parkway.
Yeah, it's right on the corner there.
River Road, yeah, at the old downtown. What's it called? What was it called?
What is it? Right by the lower bridge?
Yeah, right by the lower bridge, the motel there. Yeah.
It has.
Parkway
Yes,
Inn,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, nailed it.
cool.
10 points to you.
Yeah, we changed the
Oh,
sign.
yeah.
We changed the sign.
Yeah.
But, and then some of it was also shot at the Comfort Inn, which thank God our cast and crew always stays there, and a lot of our interior hotel stuff was shot there as well. So when she opened the door, we would cheat into another hotel room.
You know the
Movie-
one,
movie
it's above
magic.
an IHOP across from a cemetery. Yeah, it's a good place.
Any other questions?
Well, thank you everybody so much for
Yeah,
coming. And
thank you.
Yes. So, just to let everybody know, we are going to be over at Boston Pizza, and Laura Cole is going to be performing there, some live music. So, if you'd like to come on over, it's going to be really fun. And
My
April.
grandmother's 88 years old, so that's just very. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
supporting all
so
these
much,
years.
Niagara Falls. Thank you.